classic Malaysian snack, super ring.
Kit Kat chocolate drink. Only put a twist on it.
Save me in China, save me in Malaysia, save me for the rest of my life. Don't sponsor me, please. They had this cute little shop selling batik clothes in landscape. What city? Korea. Okay, this is a Korean makeup remover.
Hello everyone.
We just got back from Malaysia this morning actually. We landed at 5 a.m. So excuse the sleepy voice. But yeah, we spent 2 weeks in Malaysia. We thought it might be fun to do like a little what we bought, which is mostly food, and also tips for traveling in Malaysia.
Yep.
Should I say don't fly Batik Air? Okay, maybe, okay, our first thing is we had a poor experience with Batik Air.
Personal experience with Batik Air was not great. We had one instance where we booked a flight that was originally at 1:50 p.m. to fly back from Penang to KL. That flight ended up being delayed by 2 hours, in which we weren't actually informed. The only person that was actually informed was my brother, who was informed at like 4 a.m. in the morning of that particular flight.
The email went to his spam inbox as well. Yeah. So their plan was to fly from Penang to KL, have a 2-hour layover in KL, and then fly back to Melbourne. But because it got delayed by 2 hours, they couldn't make their Melbourne flight anymore. So anyways, we called Batik Air, and the first guy was like, oh, I don't see any delays on our system. And I was like, oh, but we got an email, can you check again? And then he just hung up. And then the second lady was like, uh-oh, we can't really do anything else for you. We can just book you like the same flight for tomorrow for free of charge. And then when they got their new itinerary in the email, there was suddenly a stopover in Indonesia that they weren't informed about.
Yeah.
Not the best.
A little annoying. So what ended up happening is they had to stay an extra night. At least they offered compensation in the form of 30 ringgit voucher that we could spend at Starbucks or McDonald's.
Yeah, in the Penang airport.
Which was enough to cover a quick meal. But for those that missed the connecting flight, they did offer accommodation for the night at the airport, which is kind of silly anyways. There's not much to do at the airport, honestly, besides like eating. It was a bit of a nightmare for them.
Yeah.
So that's just our personal experience. Like other people may have had great experiences with Batik Air.
But personally, I don't think I'll be booking with them again.
Yeah, customer service wasn't great, and just communication was bad in general.
All right, onto our haul. Right, let's go through these first because it's the closest to me.
Yep.
We got 3 boxes of tea. We actually drink a lot of tea during winter, and apparently it's leong, like cooling for your body, and I should be drinking ginger tea only according to my mom. But I like Japanese green tea and jasmine tea, so we got this green tea with osmanthus flowers, which is what we're tasting today.
It's quite nice, quite florally.
Very floral.
We've got this Japanese barley tea.
And then we have green tea with jasmine. I think each box was around 21 ringgit. We got it either from NSK or Giant, which is like our local grocery store.
$7 Aussie for 50 packets, 50 bags.
Yeah, here a big box like this would probably cost around like $15, I want to say.
Yeah, at an Asian grocery.
At an Asian grocery, so yeah, got our tea.
Product of Japan as well, which is pretty good.
Debit cards and credit cards are mostly okay for KL and Penang. We did have to use cash sometimes for like street food or hawker centers. Now Malaysia is doing this thing where you can use your Malaysian bank account to like scan a barcode and then you can just transfer money that way, but like at the hawker centers. But if you don't have a Malaysian bank account, I would probably recommend still bringing some cash on you. Yeah, and even some of the toilets in the city, like in KL's city center, you needed to pay like 50 cents
Yeah.
per person to use the toilet.
Even though it's like a massive mall shopping centre, you're still going to pay 50 cents just to access the toilet. So just be mindful of that. And obviously you want cash for that. Majority of the shopping centres are pretty good, but there are a handful where you might get caught out and you've got to pay. Yeah, so toilets in Malaysia, you get a mix of both Western style toilets and squatting toilets. So if you're feeling adventurous and you want to try it out, try a squatting toilet. If not, there are Western toilets, but just be mindful. They're usually the more popular ones, so you may have to line up and wait for those.
But also, like, bring toilet paper. I mean, tissues everywhere, because you're going to need it for like street food and the toilets and stuff like that.
And wiping sweat, because you will be sweating a lot.
Food hall.
Snacks.
Gotta get some kaya. We got this Oriental coffee brand. This is my favorite garlic chili crisp thing. This was around like 20 ringgit. This was like 9 ringgit.
Yeah.
So
$3 and that's about $6 or $7.
Product of Malaysia and made with coconut oil. And it's fried garlic. What's not to love? This is my favorite snack growing up. It's called muruku. I don't actually know what muruku is made of. And I'm too lazy to look it up, so sorry, look it up yourselves. But yeah, it's like a fishy snack type thing. I don't know, I like it. You can buy it here, but it's cheaper there. Favorite lollies? Oh, Jack's favorite lollies, actually.
They're pretty good.
Sour gummies.
Very soft. Sour. What's not to love?
Malaysians, you know, you gotta get the chucky chucky and the sour ribbons or whatever. Sour power. And another classic Malaysian snack, super ring. Again, I have no idea what this actually tastes like. Okay, it says cheese flavor. And then you're thinking, oh yeah, like a cheesel. No, it's like sweet.
They've got some weird Pringle flavors as well. This one is spicy garlic prawn. I feel like we may have tried this before. Yeah, but yeah, should be good. One interesting thing that they had over there that we don't have is this Kit Kat chocolate drink. And we got recommended this by one of Becca's friends, Abby, who works for Nestle. So we decided to get it and try it.
Yeah.
So some extra tips for traveling in Malaysia. In general, it's very hot there. And when we say hot, it's not like your standard 35 degrees in Australia you can manage. It's a different type of hot compared to Australia completely. It's a humid hot, so it feels as if you're suffocating. Your body is sweating, but the sweat is not evaporating because there's no breeze to kind of cool you down. So our tip is, do most of your activities early in the morning or later at night time after 5 p.m. after the sun sets. We saw a lot of people walking around with portable fans, like these battery or electric powered fans, which seem to be
They were really popular, but when we went to the shop to like suss how much it was 200 ringgit.
There's some varying types.
It looked like a mini Dyson fan.
Yeah, the mini Dyson looking ones that were very expensive. They're like your jet powered ones, whereas you can get some cheaper fans, like your traditional fans. Those are a lot cheaper, but they probably don't provide as much cooling compared to the Dyson looking ones.
So how we planned our schedule for most days was we would gather at 9 a.m, head out for breakfast, and then maybe check out one activity outdoors-ish, but like shaded.
Yep.
And then when it's going closer to noon, we venture into the shopping centers. There's heaps in Malaysia because air conditioning. Have lunch, go back, take a nap, reconvene at like 4 or 5 p.m. depending on the weather. Go to another sheltered place to explore, dinner, and then at night you can like actually walk around. Yeah, because in Penang, places were really walkable. like really close together, like 5, 7, 10 minutes away from each other. But even that 5-10 minute walk in between was just deadly. Like we were on the verge of getting a heat stroke. Everyone was getting dizzy. So
Yeah. Just make sure you drink plenty of water. We always carried around a bottle of water. Or it would probably be a good idea to bring like an umbrella just for the shade, because the sun is on another level. You stand in the sun for 5 minutes and you feel it. You feel like Becca said, you're going to get heat stroke. Walking for 5 minutes in the heat will get to you. So maybe just call a Grab, because Grabs are really cheap there. And if there's a few of yous, it's like less than $1 per person to get from point A to point B. Even if it's like a half an hour ride.
Yeah, a lot of our Grab rides were like maximum 20 ringgit.
Yeah, so $6-7, and we'd fill it full of people, like the six of us.
We were getting a 6-person car, 6-person Grab, for that cheap, which was incredible, because we can't even dream of that here in Australia.
Random knickknacks and appliances.
Okay, so my dear brother and sister-in-law came back to Australia and tried to make half-boiled eggs. It was almost fully cooked.
Look like chow mushi.
And they were trying to dip their toast in it, and I was like, oh honey, that's not how you make half-boiled eggs. This is how you make half-boiled eggs. We have a special contraption for it. So this one is for 2 eggs, because the holder is a little bit smaller. So you put your 2 eggs in there. There's lines here that tell you how much water you're meant to put in. And then, so you put in hot water. Over time, the hot water will all drain to the bottom. And then you'll have perfectly half-cooked eggs waiting for you in here.
For you to dip your kaya toast in.
Yeah. And this is the 4-person one. We're not gonna open it because this is for Danny and Diana, so they don't have to eat scrambled eggs with their kaya toast anymore. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
You're supposed to use a spoon to scrape the insides out.
They don't come out very clean. I feel like we don't normally eat that much eggs.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
That's so much,
Is it?
bro.
Is it?
Hey, that's gonna be so salty.
We didn't have enough butter anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that looks a lot better, yeah, compared to Daddy and Diane.
No, yours is straight soy sauce.
It's so salty.
Okay, dip your bread.
I'm scared now because it's so bloody salty.
Do you want another egg?
You're putting soy sauce.
Whose fault is that, huh?
No, can't be bothered waiting. God damn it.
That we didn't really need a phone number for anything, for booking anything. I had one, obviously, just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't really end up using it except to call Batik Air.
Yeah. And if you have any issues with Grab, normally they'll just message you from within the app, so you don't have to call them or anything like that. Everything's just, texting. Of course, Malaysia is known for its amazing cuisine. Food there is incredible. It feels like every 3rd to 4th restaurant had like a Michelin star or something like that. Now, along with all the amazing food is the risk of getting stomach bugs and whatnot, because I guess the standard of hygiene there may not be what you're expected, what you generally expect in other countries. We'll show some clips of like some food being prepared and stuff like that at the hawker centres, where they kind of just like throw things around. And bear in mind, all of this is all kind of outdoors in 30-degree, very humid weather as well. So it's probably not the most hygienic of food preparation areas. Don't get me wrong, the food is very good, and the chances of you getting sick is probably not that high, but we generally recommend having on hand some food poisoning medication.
I would say the risk is there. I wouldn't say it's not that high. It's there. It's definitely there.
Yeah, we copped it a few times actually.
Yeah, because every time we go back, we don't end up in hospital, but we just like have to shit a few times a day. You know what I mean? Also, keep in mind you can't drink the tap water in Malaysia, so you have to buy bottled water there.
Yeah.
And like when you order cold drinks at, you know, hawker centers and stuff, you don't know if they're using tap water or not.
Exactly. So maybe it's like a mix of both the water, the food.
So what we brought on our trip was Travelan, which is something you can get here. I have no idea if you can get it anywhere, like in other countries or not.
Yeah. I'll post a photo of what Travelan contains because there's a lot of generic versions of it. It's a lot cheaper. So just a quick pharmacist tip. The way it works is it prevents stomach bugs from progressing past your stomach and into your gut. So the idea is before a meal, you'll take a Travelan and then you'll have your meal and it reduces the risk of stomach infections. Yeah.
Yeah, so we brought Travelan. We also took bao zai yun, which you can buy there.
I'll show you what it looks like. We bought a slab of them.
Definitely buy the bao zai yun there because it's a box is maybe like 10, 12 ringgit, which is $4.
Okay, so this is what it looks like in a big dozen pack. As you can see, we've already taken a couple of those. And it's like a traditional Chinese medication for stomach flu, flatulence, indigestion, bloating in general. In terms of what it contains, I don't actually know. It's like a herbal type thing, Chinese medicine. You know how it is. They just kind of mix a whole heap of things that kind of anecdotally is meant to help with your tummy and kind of just...
but it does
But
help.
it works
Yeah.
very well.
Save me in China, save me in Malaysia, save me for the rest of my life. Bao zai yun, sponsor me, please.
Yeah.
So you're meant to like take this after you eat a meal that you feel like might be a bit sus. And then you can take it up to 4 times a day, before or after food. Oh, good to know.
Yeah. So the medication are these like tiny little balls, and you probably get like 50 per packet, and you're just meant to swallow all of them. Don't chew them because they taste horrible. So just make sure you have water.
Yeah.
And you just down every single pellet, and it will settle your tummy.
We also brought GastroStop, but honestly, I would prefer to take this because everything still comes out just more like solid.
Yeah. With food poisoning, you don't want to use GastroStop anyways because that just plugs up the bacteria in your tummy, making it worse. So you're better off letting it flow, stay hydrated, drink lots of salt replacement drinks, Hydrolyte. They have the 100 plus over there. It is carbonated, so that could upset your tummy a little bit, but maybe like a Pocari Sweat. Any salt sports drinks should make you feel a lot better. And then, yeah, if you have anything for stomach cramps, take that as well, because I experienced quite a few stomach cramps. Yeah.
Sanitize your hands.
Wash your hands often.
Wash your hands all the time.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're touching. And we also drank vitamin drinks most days.
Yeah, stuff like your 100C, the Japanese vitamin drinks. They're delicious. They're probably full of sugar, but
They have so many flavors there though. Like
Yeah.
flavors we haven't seen before. There was
Yeah.
mango, there was lychee,
yeah,
there was a classic lemon, of course.
lemon, yeah.
All right, let's talk about our clothes. We bought a lot of clothes on this trip. I'm not gonna show them all to you because I'm too lazy. I got some of them here, but let me just tell you what brands I like shopping at in Malaysia that I don't see very often here. Pull and Bear, first of all. I think you can buy Pull and Bear like on ASOS or the Iconic or something, but I like trying things on when I'm there. I got my ramen shirt. I'll put a picture up. Diana got a dumpling shirt. I got this cute little skirt, maxi skirt. Their prices are not exactly cheap. This was 170 ringgit.
Well,
How much is that?
it's like $60
Oh yeah, so it's kind of like Australian, what do you call it? Pricing. But I like their style, so yep. And then we went to a brand's outlet, which is like if you imagine Uniqlo except like local and cheaper. Like we've got our t-shirts there for 20 ringgit, which is $6, which is insane. And I ended up getting 2 pairs of shoes, one for 40 ringgit, which is
40 ringgit, it's about $12, $13.
$12 or $13. Incredible. This is the other pair. I also got this cute little brown bag from there. This was 50 ringgit. Jack also got a bunch of shirts from Brands Outlet. And then the other brand I like buying is Love Bonito, which is a Singaporean brand, but they have physical stores throughout Malaysia as well. Their clothes are really well designed. Like if anything is strapless, there's always gonna be a lining. It's always gonna be thick enough, and nothing's gonna show that you don't want to show. And it's kind of more work appropriate as well. So I really love buying stuff from there. Although Singaporean prices, not amazing, but very well designed.
Okay, our next tip is things only open from 10 a.m. onwards. And most things close at around 10 p.m. So things are open for a relatively long time. But if you're going for like breakfast places, they open really early, super early, like 5 a.m. And a lot of times they close pretty early too, right? They close at like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and then...
Depends where you go. Like if you go to a mamak store, which is like where you can find roti canai, all your different rotis, they open really early, and some of them are even 24 hours. So you just kind of have to like look on Google. Google Maps was a pretty good resource for us. But just keep in mind, I think because Asians have higher standards for food, the overall ratings are generally a bit lower than what you would find here. So like a 4-star is considered like very good already. Compared to like here, you'd be looking for like a 4.5 or something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Food was really cheap.
Most of the time, depending on what you eat.
Yeah, like when we went to Jalan Alor, which is like a sort of like a night street market in the city. Our dinner for the 6 of us, we had so many dishes, we had stingray and everything. It ended up only being around like 300 ringgit. But then the next morning, we went to a bagel cafe. We got 3 bagels and 6 drinks, and it was like 200 something ringgit. So you gotta choose where you wanna eat. But generally local places, they're gonna be cheaper than like, you know, the Western style cafes and restaurants.
Buying branded stuff and alcohol is more or less the same price as Australia. So if, say, brands like Uniqlo, you're not gonna make much of a saving buying it over there compared to Australia. Pricing, I feel, is quite universal throughout for branded things. Alcohol, again, same price. It's taxed heavily, I think, over there. So a beer will cost you like $5 Australian for a can of, say, Tiger or something like that. So don't expect to get cheap alcohol over there compared to like, say, Japan or something, where you can get a can of Strong Zero for a couple bucks.
Malaysia is a Muslim country. So let's say you go into a grocery store, you want to look for like pork and alcohol. It's all gonna be in a separate section of the store, and then there'll be its own counter there for you to pay for that non-halal stuff there.
Yeah.
We managed to get around with English most of the time. I say that kind of with an asterisk because I was the one doing most of the talking. And obviously I understand the Malaysian accent, and I also have a Malaysian accent when I'm back home. So I could communicate with Malaysian English most of the time. But I think Jack sometimes felt like
Oh, when I speak? Yeah, I feel like with the Australian accent, because the way that we obviously pronounce things, but the way that we put together a sentence is a lot different compared to Malaysian English. They don't seem to, the way they put together a sentence kind of removes a lot of the unnecessary stuff. I think that's one easy way to put it. So when you ask for something like, oh, can I get a XYZ, please? I think the locals would just be like, this one, or something like, I don't know, like a tetarik one.
Yeah.
And then they get it. Whereas we would be like, oh, can I please get a cold tetarik? And then, because you're adding all these extra words, it kind of confuses them a little bit. And then when they ask you, it takes a little while to kind of understand what they're trying to get at. Yeah.
If you look like a non-Asian, they'll be very patient with you. But since my lovely husband sort of, is Chinese, and we have Chinese people back home, they're gonna expect him to have a Malaysian accent. So they get very confused when not Malaysian comes out of his mouth. So just keep that in mind, I guess.
Yeah. Traffic in Malaysia, especially during peak, can be really bad. So say for example, going from the airport to say your parents' place, non-peak would be less than an hour.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Yep. Whereas at peak, it was almost double.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can take 2 hours.
Exactly, depending on the time. So you've got to factor that into your travels as well. Again, to add on to the tip about the heat earlier before, you'll be sweating a lot. So you'll be changing clothes at least daily. So make sure you bring enough clothes or have access to laundry facilities, because you'll be sweating through all your clothes, and it's not a good feeling when you can see sweat kind of going through all your clothes and it doesn't evaporate because it's so humid and you're constantly sweating. Yeah, you can imagine you start smelling a bit pretty quickly because of that.
Yeah, so going back to our schedule earlier, after we're done with our day activities, we'd go back to the hotel and then shower and then nap. So basically we'd have like at least 2 outfits a day, because you just sweat that much and you feel really gross. So.
And at least 2 showers a day as well, just to kind of wash off all the sweat.
So we ended up running out of clothes halfway through our week with your family. So yeah, we had to buy some, which is not a huge deal, but like, yeah, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, something that I didn't realize,
Pleasant surprise
was all of our hotels had checkout from 12 p.m. Usually here it's checkout at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's
So-
barely enough time for you to just wake up.
Yeah, and a lot of them, like, if we just explain, oh, our flight's actually at 4, is there any way we can get a late checkout? They would let us check out at like 1, 2 p.m. instead, which was so sweet. I'm not sure if it's because of like the hotels we stayed in were like, I don't know, certain stars and above or whatever. But yeah, just ask, and but even 12 p.m. it was
Plenty
really
of
good.
time. Yeah, that's it. So, and if you need to go somewhere, or you're waiting for a flight that's later in the day, or check into another hotel, the hotels are more than happy to look after your luggages as well. So just leave them at the lobby, come back and collect them later on.
So yeah, I guess overall thoughts on our Malaysia trip. I'm also like taking into account what Jack's family told me is they enjoyed Petaling Jaya, which is like where I grew up the most. But I also think it's because that's where I was most familiar with and where I know the food was gonna be good. When we ventured into KL and Penang, like I don't really go out. This was my second time in Penang and maybe my third, fourth time going into KL City. So the food there was not really like as good as what I brought them to in PJ.
Which is the very start of the trip. One funny thing I remember was how everyone loved their first meal. Like the first meal was very memorable, and it was like wonton mee, but they loved their meal so much.
And then after that, the meals just went downhill.
Yeah.
Because I was just going based off of like, what we saw on YouTube, on social media, on Google Maps and stuff like that. But I think going forward, I was gonna say if I were ever to go to Penang again, I would ask Abby, my friend, for recommendations because she grew up in Penang.
But not everyone has access to a local that's grown up there and know all the secret hidden gems. Maybe we'll go back one day and film a video of these special spots that only the locals know about.
But even the places that we did end up going to in Penang, it seemed like you guys enjoyed it still.
Yeah, I mean, our non-Malaysian taste buds obviously are of a lower standard when it comes to eating local cuisines. For example, we had char kway teow there maybe like 4 or 5 times. One of them was at the famous laksa shop or whatever. I quite enjoyed it. I liked it very much, but when asking Becca and her parents, they gave it like 2 out of 10 or 5 out of 10, whereas we thought it was actually really good. So again, if you don't have char kway teow every day, you're not an expert, I think it'll be pretty good. You'll still find it really good, because the thing is with food stores over there, if you're not good at what you're doing, you're not going to last very long. The locals will basically stop going to you. Or not even, I guess, people stop going to you if it's not good.
Okay, these are my local purchases. I didn't know Malaysia had so many cute little artsy lanes and shops and that, which is right up my alley. So here's what I got. First, I got this from Rex KL. They had this cute little shop selling batik clothes, but they only use scraps, I think, so it's really sustainable. Yeah, it's a little handbag. It's soft. How much was this? 150 ringgit.
$50.
$50, which I think is okay. I really like batik stuff. And then we got this magnet of a classic Malaysian and I guess Singaporean breakfast from the coffee shop.
Add that to our fridge.
These are little badges. This one's chendol and this one's coffee, of course.
Lost count of how many coffees we had over there.
So good. The coffees there are made with condensed milk, so you know it's gonna be good. Here's a tip. If you want your local coffees to be less sweet, you say kopi ice means iced coffee. So kopi ice satu kurang manis. Kurang manis means less sweet. Yeah. Giant scrunchie.
I feel like with iced coffees there, when you ask for less sweet, they're still pretty sweet. So you can imagine if it's full sugar, you'll be bouncing off the walls, not only off the caffeine, but the sugar.
And I am now in the habit of collecting postcards. I haven't displayed them anywhere. I just buy them. There's a local coffee shop one. This is a landscape of KL City. And this is a satay one. Alright, last few stuff. I use a lot of Korean and Japanese makeup nowadays. This is Korea. Okay, this is a Korean makeup remover. Look up your prices on Amazon. That's where I usually buy my Japanese and Korean makeup from, like here, because it's all from W Cosmetics anyways. So yeah, look up the prices and compare. Sometimes they might be cheaper if like Watson's or Guardian is having like a sale over there, or if you have a local address to send things to, you can buy things on Lazada. That's way cheaper because they always have a sale. But yeah, I just ended up getting this. I don't remember how much this was. Sorry. I use this Kiehl's deodorant because I feel like the antiperspirant deodorants here, or just any deodorant here, it feels like it's hard to wash off sometimes, but this one feels a lot more gentle on my skin. This was, I think, 90 ringgit.
About $30.
Which is about $30. And over here, it's around $50, $55. So yeah, again, look up your prices and see if it's cheaper. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
Does it last a while?
Yeah, I've been using one bottle since Christmas and now we're in April and I think I'm halfway through the bottle. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, lasts a while.
I'll show you. It's a little nozzle. So it's cream and then you just cheep, cheep, cheep. And it says with orange, lemon, and linseed extracts, but there's no smell. And then Jack likes to get hair wax.
Yeah, it's like a Gatsby product.
Is it cheaper or is there more range?
You can't get it here. That's the thing.
You can't get Gatsby here?
No. Well, I don't know where you'd buy it though, because it's a Japanese product, so it's available all over Asia, but hasn't really reached Australian shores. And it's been the case for like 10 plus years. I've used it since high school days.
How much is it?
That was like 20, no, like 15 ringgit, like $5. Yeah, so worth it.
Yeah, and I always like to get these little wet wipes over there as well. This pack of 4 wet wipes was, I want to say 5, 6 ringgit, so $2. And you get 8 sheets per pack. I'd just like to throw this in my handbag. It's been really helpful just to like freshen yourself up or whatever.
There's a store in Malaysia called Huga, which sells a lot of, I guess, like homeware stuff to make your house look and smell aesthetic, I guess. They had a couple smells that were popular. One was this white tea and ginger. So we bought, these are perfumes, right? We bought perfumes, and yeah, it just smells really nice. The packaging's all really nice too. We're just a big fan of the bottle design as well. It's got like a little magnetic lid.
So they had all the same scents, but just in different
forms.
So they had room sprays, essential oils, diffusers, perfume, linen spray, hand wash, hand lotion, but it's all the same, like white tea and ginger smell, or like sea salt smell or whatever.
Yeah, this is sea salt and amber. Oh, so nice. Yeah,
fresh.
So nice.
Yeah. Yeah. How would you rate your trip to Malaysia?
Good. Yeah, had a great time. It was awesome bringing my family around, showing them how amazing Malaysia is. Both, you know, the food and I guess the culture, as well as I guess all the tourist destinations as well. Yeah.
I did feel a bit guilty because everyone got a bit sick or food poisoning or heat strokey towards the end of the trip.
That's not your fault. Like,
I know,
we were eating
but
everything. Like,
yeah, oh my gosh, Danny's appetite.
Danny was eating
Danny, you need to
more
chew.
than I think he was eating enough for like a family of 4 basically.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for another one of our travel vlog series.
If you have any questions about Malaysia or anything, just put them down below.
Hit me up.
And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful.
I still
you
hate
next time.
saying that. Bye.
Bye.